Am I the asshole for telling my husband I don't enjoy doing his laundry? My husband and I have been married for 2 years now, been together for 4. I am 24 and he is 27. Recently, I've been stretched quite thin between full-time work and full-time school. I recently got more hours at work. I'm almost done with my degree. I know I haven't been as happy or affectionate, but I thought that it was understood that this will just be a moment in time where I'm busy and working hard, but it will be over eventually. My husband works too, a 9-to-5 office job. The thing is, after a day full of work and classes that go into the night, I come home and make dinner, do dishes, clean up the living room, etc. I have sat him down and explained that I have been unhappy because even once I'm home, it's impossible to rest. He said he understood and would do more tasks around the house. I made him a list of chores that would be helpful, and he has done one, and that was it for a single day. Nothing since. I'm feeling fed up. The kicker is, yesterday he said that I haven't been as affectionate and that he misses me. I told him that I have been so busy, and with the house chores on top of work and school, I just cannot get in the mood to even cuddle or hug. Honestly, it's hard to be attracted to him right now, but I didn't mention that. He got angry with me. He started saying that I clearly didn't care about him because I know that physical touch is his love language and I have been depriving him of that. All I did was tell him, "Do you think I enjoy doing your laundry, cleaning up after you? Those are labors of love. It's not like I would do just anyone's laundry. You don't clean up the way that you promised me you would, so if anyone's lacking in the affection department, it is you." He went silent, grabbed the keys, and left. I feel really guilty that I accused him like that. Should I call and apologize? Am I the asshole? In the comments, Drunken Donkey Tail says, "Stop doing the chores." This is called the double shift, where working women take on all the cleaning, meal prep, and childcare while also working full-time or going to school. It's fairly common because many men are raised with their mums doing everything for them and expect a spouse to take on that role. Or it's just male privilege and they expect to not have to help out because this kind of arrangement benefits them. There's often embedded social conditioning that women are sacrifices too. You are not the asshole. If he can't even have the conversation about it, or empathize with you, or he punishes you by walking out angrily, this is not a healthy person to stay married to. It will only get worse. And how long can you really sustain burning yourself out for him? OP says, "They won't ever get done. Plus, we have to eat. I'm absolutely not getting takeout every night. I've been on a weight loss journey that has been very good for me, and quitting now would make me even more miserable, to be honest." Leah Jadis replies, "Then maybe you admit that you made a mistake and you married a boy looking for a mummy and not a man looking for a partner." OP replies, "I didn't think it would be like this long term. When we first got together, I was putting school on hold to take care of my grandma full time because my family couldn't afford a caregiver. When she passed, we got married and things were only piling on slowly. It made sense for me to do house chores because I was only working part-time and had a few online classes. Plus, I have enjoyed having a caregiver kind of role. I figured the dynamic would change, but now I feel stuck. What I thought was situational became the precedent." This seems to be one of those situations that comes up a lot on the r/dead bedrooms subreddit, where there can be a multitude of reasons as why libido gets mismatched. But at least in this situation, OP is being completely clear with him as to what needs to be done if he wants this love language of his to be met. If he wants his love languages met, he's got to meet her where she's at. What if her love language is a tidy house that she doesn't have to militaristically keep clean while doing a full-time job and doing full-time study? Has he ever thought of that? Doesn't sound like it. A lot of the comments here are saying that she needs to stop picking up after his slack and just look after her own mess and her own food within the house, and that will help him wise up as to how much work she is doing for him and how much he is intentionally dropping the ball. This is weaponized incompetence on his end. It's not okay. She has tried to communicate that. He is ignoring her because he likes the status quo. Well, he's going to be living in filth for a bit, isn't he? You can't expect your wife to want to have sex with you if you are constantly disrespecting her. There has to be some give and take. It can't just all be take. And now, on to the update. So I posted about 6 months ago about my husband not doing any work around the house and my difficulty being attracted to him as a result, which he was complaining about. I did what you all suggested and let the house go to shit. I cleaned up my own messes and cooked for myself, but left all of his messes up to him. I moved to the spare room so that I could keep my sanity. I needed one place that was tidy so that I wouldn't twitch as much. I started sleeping there because his unwashed workout clothes were rank and scattered across the floor. Dishes were piled up fast, his hair was all over the bathroom sink, there was trash piled up by the door. He complained about it all, accusing me of not doing my duty as a wife. When I reminded him that we go 50-50 on literally everything to do with finances, so we should be 50-50 with housework too, he actually said that he is now making enough so that I can be a stay-at-home wife and a stay-at-home mum in the future. I had so much discontent in my body, all I could think was, no way in hell. He actually said that when we started fighting. He threw out all his condoms and hid my birth control pills for the next month because he wanted to be a dad and he thought that a baby would make me happy because I was clearly unhappy with it just being the two of us. Holy fuck, that is unhinged. What is wrong with this man? This is a bit of a flash forward, but we are getting a divorce. Currently in the middle of it. I can no longer stand this man. I was thinking about how things have changed because I really did love him at one point and was wondering what went wrong. Here is some context. We met at church. I did grow up in a somewhat conservative community. Most of the women in my family got married and had babies fairly young. When I met my now ex-husband, we agreed that we weren't as serious with those kinds of roles, hence the wanting 50-50. But we still got married kinda young, and we did want kids eventually. Well, turns out he has been very influenced by right-wing rhetoric these past few years. His view on women has entirely shifted. It entirely sucks, but it feels nice to be able to put my finger on it. Who he has become wasn't who he always was, and the same goes for me. So I'm finally figuring myself out, seeing what it is that I want. I relied on him for decision-making way too much and let what he wanted take priority. It's nice to go grocery shopping and pick out the flavor of ice cream that I prefer. In the comments, Booty Lizard says, that period in the spare room was probably the best choice you made. You created a safe space and gave yourself the sanity needed to see the bigger picture clearly. You saw what happens when you let the house go to hell. He blamed you instead of picking up his own socks. You realized you deserve a true partner, not another child to raise. This divorce is a victory, not a failure. And OP says, this is very kind of you. It most definitely feels like a new beginning. Yeah, nah, this was always the endgame. This change didn't come in the last few years. Come on now. OP replies, we genuinely discussed these topics because they were concerns for me getting serious into the relationship. I just took him at his word. Once upon a time, he might have thought that he was telling you the truth, but he could just as easily have been saying what he thought that you wanted to hear at the time, especially if his parents followed traditional gender roles. Lots of people assume their marriage will be very similar to whatever they saw growing up. I'm praying for the opposite, personally. You know what, OP? Good for you. It took a lot of courage to walk away from that guy instead of settling for the bullshit that was slowly suffocating you. Everything he did there, especially hiding your birth control, trying to do that coercive sexual control shit, that's all controlling and disgusting and manipulative, and that is not someone that loves you, that is someone that is trying to baby trap you. I think you made the right call. I think most people would think you made the right call, unless they're captured by that echo chamber. That is like, no, actually, you should be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. Because we all know, unless you want to be a stay-at-home mother and you've got a plan for that, you're going to get even more financially trapped by that man. It's just so disheartening every time I see someone that does get trapped like that as a stay-at-home parent, and the one working is like, actually, no, I earned all this money. Everything I bought with this money is mine. All you did was stay home and raise our kids. You didn't earn this money. So you should be broke and homeless when I divorce you. Just rubs me so wrong hearing that shit all the time. I can't believe we're still doing this in 2025. Thank God you escaped that. Thank God you're reclaiming your peace. Please find someone that actually likes you. Thank you for the story and thank you for the update. Our next post is by user Sunflower92828, titled, Am I overreacting about my nanny family having sex during the day? Hi everyone. I'm a full-time nanny for a stay-at-home mum with an 8-month-old baby. The baby is honestly perfect, so sweet and happy, and naps great. I've been with the family for about 7 months now. The mum and dad are both amazing employers. They are super nice to me. The mum gets me Starbucks and acai bowls, even makes me lunch sometimes. I make $32 an hour with great benefits in a medium cost of living area. So overall, this is a dream job. Here is my only issue. I'm pretty sure the parents are having sex during the dad's lunch break, maybe every day or every other day. They go to their room, and I never see anything inappropriate, but sometimes I hear what I think might be the bed moving. It's not loud or anything, but it's just enough to make me realize what's going on. Afterward, her hair is messy, clothes changed, that kind of thing. Today, I asked the mum what she was up to when she came out of the room, and she didn't really say much. I kind of jokingly said, "Oh, were you napping?" And she got a little red and awkward. That pretty much confirmed it for me. I know they're married adults and it is their house, but it still makes me a bit uncomfortable since I'm there taking care of their baby. They're not being disrespectful or obvious, but it just feels weird. Would it be totally out of line to ask them to not do that while I'm working, or am I overreacting and should just let it go? They really are such a great family, and I don't want to make things awkward if this is just me being overly sensitive. What would you do? In the comments, you are way out of line confronting MB because you suspect that married adults may have taken advantage of what they expected to be private time to do private things. Really, OP? The kids are napping. Instead of taking a break or focusing on cleaning up or preparing for NK's activities, you are being creepy, eavesdropping, listening for bed creaks, generating offense that they might have, probably did, enjoy a private, intimate, mutual activity in the most private space in their private home. You're the problem. The whole problem. And here are the comments by OP. Most of them downvoted. I truly feel weird about them doing it with me in the house. I'm shocked so many people don't care. But I'm working. You don't think it's disrespectful to fuck while someone else is taking care of your kids under your roof? It's making me uncomfortable. They both go in the bedroom and come out messy hair and smiley. It makes me feel weird. The baby is usually napping at this time. I feel it's very awkward. She comes down after having sex with her husband. He goes back to his work office. I know what they're doing. It's just weird, and then she comes down and asks what I want for lunch. It's very awkward. They both come down smiley and happy and in a good mood. Like, guys, I know what you just did. You just had sex. Mostly it's awkward. MB will come down after changing her clothes, and I can tell that she showered and starts making us all lunch. Like, I know her husband's lunch break has ended. They were too busy fucking. He eats in his office. She takes his lunch to him. It's very weird. But mostly it's just very weird. Like, MB is in a good mood. Like, I know you just had sex and her husband sometimes comes down to grab a drink from the drink fridge and he's happy too. Like, it's just weird. Fuck when the kid goes to bed. I think it's weird for adults to be having sex every day or every other day. There's other ways to support a relationship. This isn't rage bait. This is how I feel. It makes me extremely uncomfortable. If this was once in a while, okay, whatever. But why do they need to fuck all the time? So you'd be okay with people fucking in your workplace? Why do they need to do it all the time? Nearly every day. I would get if it was sometimes, but this is crazy. Are you just jealous and wanting to join in or something, OP? Is that the vibe here? Oh, God forbid a married couple that gets the privilege of working from home gets to have sex in the privacy of their own home. You would be such an idiot to confront her with this and be like, honey, can you please stop the sex in your own home kind of thing? It's really creeping me out as an individual, and I don't like the fact that you're showing off the fact that you're having sex all the time. This is not going to go down well. You're going to get fired for doing this, OP. What they're doing is very normal. You have a good thing going here. Just let this one be swept under the rug because it is a complete non-issue. They are not impeding on your mental and physical well-being. Literally just ignore it and go do something else on the other side of the house and let adults do the adult things that they want to do with each other. And now, on to the update. That Friday morning, I told my MB that I wanted to talk during the baby's nap, and she said okay. I brought up how uncomfortable I felt about what I thought was going on, and mentioned how I could sometimes hear or notice things that made me think that they were having sex while I was there. I told her it made me uncomfortable, and that's when everything went downhill. She was very direct with me. She said my only job was to take care of the baby, not to worry about what she and her husband were doing. She told me that if I had downtime, I could watch TV or read a book. I told her it just seemed weird that she'd come out with messy hair or different clothes. And she explained that sometimes they do workout videos in their room, sometimes it's sex, sometimes cuddling, and sometimes it's just her napping. She said whatever happens in her bedroom is none of my business. After that, things got really quiet. She wasn't mean, but I could tell she was uncomfortable and hurt. Then she told me I could go home for the day, and I just knew that meant that I was done. Later, she texted saying that they were going to move in another direction, and that was it. I feel horrible. I know I crossed a boundary, and I regret bringing it up so much. I miss them terribly. The money was amazing, my MB was so kind, and their baby was absolutely perfect. I really wish I could fix this and somehow get my job back. How do I get my job back? And now for the comments, which were downvoted. OP says, because I did get some comments saying people would be uncomfortable too. My friends told me to talk to them about it, and maybe we could figure it out as my work environment should feel comfortable to me. I regret not listening to everyone on here. I regret it now. I'm hoping they can forgive me, but everything else pays like $22 to $23. They were giving me $32, and so nice. I realized I messed up. You don't think it's worth a try? They are Christian and believe in God. Christians believe in forgiveness. Oh, my sweet summer child. I need to get my job back to pay my bills, and I miss my nanny kid and MB. They were the best. And now, on to update 2. I sent a text message to my MB on Sunday morning, and she responded this morning saying that she forgives me and that she hopes that I take this as a learning experience, but they will not hire me back. I miss her so much. She said that she talked to her husband about everything, and they decided to give me a month's pay until I find a new job. I honestly didn't expect that. It was really kind of them, even after everything that happened. I miss my unicorn family so much. I was completely in the wrong, and I take full responsibility for that. I know I hurt people who trusted me, and that's something that I have to live with and learn from. I will not be filing any harassment reports. The people who were telling me to do that were not giving me good advice, and I will be keeping my distance from them from now on. I miss my nanny babies so much. I can't believe I won't be going back. It breaks my heart because they were such a big part of my life. I keep replaying everything in my head and wondering if there is anything I could say or do to make things right. I know trust once broken is hard to fix, but I wish I could show them how much I've grown and how truly sorry I am. I'm trying to find a new job now, and honestly, everyone's been so rude. It's been really hard. I can't believe my old employer still paid me $5,200 after letting me go. That was so generous of them. I really didn't deserve it after everything that happened. To be honest, maybe part of the problem was that I was a little jealous of her. She's a stay-at-home mum, beautiful, only 28, rich, has this gorgeous home, and her and her husband are truly happy. She's such a good mum, and it just felt like she had this perfect life, her dream life, and I'm the same age, and I think that made me feel small in ways that I didn't even realize at the time. I hate admitting that, but it's true. Now I just feel lost. I miss them so much. I keep wishing that I could go back and do things differently, but I know I can't. I still hope one day I can find a family even half as good as them. I don't know if I should try reaching out again down the road, or just accept that it's over and move on. Part of me wants to hold on to hope, but part of me knows that I need to respect their decision. Any advice on what I can do to maybe get them back? Or should I just leave it and start fresh? I'm really debating and feeling lost about what the right thing to do is. Learn from my mistakes, guys. Don't leave a good family. Let everything go. Don't let jealousy or pride get in the way of something real. Some things just aren't worth losing the people who truly care about you. Appreciate what you have before it's gone. In the comments, Ben Plus says, if you pay me $5,200 a month, treat me well, even sometimes make me lunch and get me Starbucks, you better go back to that bedroom and enjoy yourselves with whatever you were doing. No way in hell I would ever ask you about it, even less judge you for being two married adults who are making sure that I will have a job for many more years. For $5,200 US a month to look after a kid, I'll even turn a blind eye if I walk in on you fucking in the living room. Doesn't surprise me at all that she was jealous of the wife/mother. The way she felt uncomfortable because both parents were happy and glowing, with an emphasis on the mother, she sounded either sexually repressed or as if she wanted the MB's life. Anyway, glad she kinda saw the light. Yeah, not a good outcome, and she was an idiot for listening to her friends. Even more so an idiot for, okay, I'm gonna make an assumption here, but maybe she took the commenters that were obviously trolling with her, trying to get her to do something terrible, in reporting them for harassment. She was a bit odd for even taking that seriously for 2 seconds. I'm assuming she did. If she was dumb enough to listen to her dumb friends and go against the overwhelming advice that she was getting, saying, don't say a thing, you idiot, do not say anything, yeah, then I'm going to say she's dumb enough to have fallen at least a little bit for the report them for harassment. Oh my god, can people please take the word of others seriously and go do a bunch of reading on situations that are very similar to theirs and learning from those mistakes before they commit those mistakes themselves and have to learn the hard way? Why do so many idiots in this world force themselves to have to learn the hard way because they think they're special and they think that the obvious outcome won't happen to them? I feel no pity, I feel no empathy for OP in this situation. They are the ones that shot themselves in the foot and they deserve this outcome. Thank you for bringing this story to Reddit, OP, but seriously, you're 28. Use your brain next time. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to end today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.